Next thing on our agenda is page properties. So let me briefly cover that because we need to keep trucking along. This is just a quick explain. Okay, so while we're on a page, whenever we're in edit mode, what is edit mode? This shows you your current draft of your content. It is not your published version. As a matter of fact, did I already make this? Okay, so let's go ahead and show I'll edit my content, but I won't publish. I will remove my bullet list. And I will say Washington is a state I would like to visit. Okay. And I'll lock for editing, but this time I'm going to save instead of the save and publish. Okay. And so here is my Washington as a state I would like to visit. My bullet list is removed. However, if I look at my live version of my page, my bullet list is still there and there's nothing about Washington. Okay. Because my live version of my page shows me the last time I published the page itself, right? And only the published version of everything. The preview mode gives me my saved content with Washington State as a state I would like to visit, and it removes the tooling so I get a better full page view of what my content will look like once I do publish it. And best done from the preview mode. Let's see. I can also click on what's changed over here. See that little guy? So it's showing me I just added Washington State I would like to visit. It's showing me that I crossed it. I removed the bulleted list. So everything's good there. Get rid of that. I can then look and see what it's going to look like on an iPad Pro. I can see what it's going to look like on an iPhone 6. And then I can test the responsiveness of my navigation and see if I'm able to get to, training and, Dean G and, go there. And, it brings me back in edit mode, but, and I can see the rest of my content and I can see it squeezing my images in there, Okay, so I'll go back to my desktop mode. And then I could preview by, if I had rules engine respected persona personalization, I could do that here too. I'll show you more on how you can add your own personas as a content contributor and add your own rules if they give you the ability to do that, which usually they don't, but I'll still show it to you. Now, your permissions will also determine whether you can mess around with your layout. So I'd have to go back to edit mode, but if you needed now a third column, then, and I think I showed this to you yesterday, then you could go ahead and you could click on layout, and I think I have to refresh my page. Then I could go ahead and click on layout, and I could, add another column, right? And now this, instead of using the template, this has now become a custom guy. Add my container, I click on here, I'll choose default 2, I'll click save. I could even change my theme here on the fly to whatever themes I had permissions to, right? And change it to the ski resort theme. You can go to properties, and then instead of custom, you can switch it and go back over here and say I only want one column. And it's smart enough to remember. So it's still remembering my bacon and cake, even though I actually switched to another template. Now this is a one column template, so now I'm seeing it differently. And the other template that I was about to throw some content on now is obviously gone, right? So you can do that on the fly, and it won't remove your content unless you, in the template choice, you also remove the container that's being parsed by the template. So now I just chose the 2 column with side nav, and now I got my nav back, and I'm using that same container in the template. So if you ever make a mistake, you can switch back and forth.